Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mango etc. and I'm here today to bring you the review for One Piece episode 715. So let's just get right into it. So we start off with Luffy and Bellamy. I was wrong. Luffy is not ready to finish Bellamy once and for all. He's still taking hits, and it was actually quite funny because you just see him getting hit all over the place and just bouncing off the walls and all sorts, just getting bounced off. And I just found that kind of funny. But yeah, we got that bit, and then we move on to Leo and Mancherry. Leo just can't catch the hint at all. He's clueless. Like I said in the about the previous episode, typical shonen boy, clueless, dumb, and just not catching hints whatsoever. We see Mancherry saying, "Oh, could you carry me?" And then Leo's like, "You're like one of the fastest runners in the Tontara. Why don't you just run?" He's just not catching the hints. And then eventually, Kaba, he hits him on the head, and then they're just on their way, they run off. What's most important about this scene with Leo and Mancherry is that we see one of the executives crawl into Denja Mushi in Ota to tell Don Flamingo what's going on, that Mancherry's been taken, because apparently she's more important to Don Flamingo than the Smile Factory itself. I know, right? Then we move on to the Smile Factory and we have Frankie versus Senior Pink. And we find that they've been just been going blow for blow all this time. And the reason why they've been going blow for blow all this time is because they want to be able to, they both want to be the one that walks away and saying, yeah, I won this fight and I took all of the guys' hits at the same time. So Senor Pink goes in for his ultimate suplex attacks, and before he like drops it, he says, he says to Frankie, "Yo, if you survive this attack, you've basically won. Like, I'll take your last attack head on. I'll take it all in, and you'll have basically won this fight." So he goes up for his suplex, and he drops it, and Frankie does manage to stand up, and he goes in for his final attack. And just during his final attack, we go into flashback. We learn about Senor Pink. We see the day when he was younger and he meets his wife on a rainy day, and they just took things from there, getting to know each other, things they like, things they dislike. And we find out that Senor Pink's chick, her name was Russian, that's what it translated to, Russian. We find out that she doesn't like pirates, so obviously Senor Pink had to lie about what he does for a living. He said he worked in a bank, but we just see clips here and there of, just him going to work and then him coming home to play the family man. And then at some point they have a kid, and we just see him still going back and forth, being a pirate by day, being a family man by night. And then eventually the baby dies. And then when the baby dies, that's when the truth starts to come out. The girlfriend finds out that he's not really a banker, and she wants to know what he does, and Senor Pink is afraid to tell her because he knows that she doesn't like pirates, so he knows that if he does tell her that he's going to lose her, and he didn't want to do that, so he was still trying to keep the secret. But this gets her mad, and she then runs out, and she ends up having an accident which puts her in a vegetative state. And it's just when this happens, Senor Pink just tries his hardest to just get her to see her smile one last time. That is his last request. And he just goes there every day. He's bringing her flowers, and he just doesn't know what to do because she's not showing any emotion whatsoever. And then eventually one day he goes there dressed in like the baby thing. I can't remember what it's called. He goes there dressed like that, and that is finally able to get a smile out of her. I gotta give Senor Pink his props though, because as far as fathers go in One Piece, he's one of the best. Example of some poor fathers in One Piece, just off the top of my head, Yasop and Dragon. These two guys are appalling, but Senor Pink, he did alright because we see him providing for his family, being there when he can. The only thing I do say that makes him a bad father is just that when he had his son, he should have quit being a pirate from then, and that's just my personal opinion. And that is how the episode ends. Now I'm going to talk about some problems that I have with this episode, and these problems come simply because I'm a manga reader. So what I'm going to say from here on will be a little bit spoilerish, like minor spoilers, but I don't really think obvious spoilers as well. So I don't really think if you're just an anime watcher, you need to leave the video now. But just in case you do, I'll let you know that yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 star rating. And take care, have a nice day. But now I'm gonna start talking about things that are potentially spoilers, so you might want to click off now. So problems that I have with the episode is number one. This episode is titled after the fight Frankie versus Senior Pink, and this fight isn't over yet. In the manga, it was only one chapter, I do believe, and for the anime, it could have also been one episode if they cut out certain things. Number one, the Luffy Bellamy stuff. I'm pretty sure that stuff was filler, and it didn't even happen in the manga. But even though it's good, it was good to see because it does emphasize things to come later with the fight in Don Flamingo, with Luffy and Don Flamingo, which I'm gonna not say no more about. The second thing that should have been taken out is the scene with Leo, Mancheri, and then the executives trying to get to the Dendemushi. If these two things were taken out, we could have finished the whole thing, Frankie versus Senior Pink, within this one episode, because in next week's episode there's still a little bit more to see. Like when he goes back to the hospital and he's wearing the pacifier, there's still that to see, and we could have got all of it in this one episode if we cut out those certain things. I do believe we could have got the whole thing out and even added filler to it, like seeing when the baby died, seeing the actual accident that the wife went through. This could have been added to the episode, and if we did get that, the whole focus on Frankie and Senior Pink, I would have given this episode a 4-star rating. But yeah, like I said previously, it's only getting a 3.5-star rating. But like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.